Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spotlight. We're on another drive with me. I'm going to pick one of my mates up, another Man United fan. We're going to one of my other mates, best mate's funerals today. Unfortunately, he passed away. So it's been a couple of rough months for me if you've ever watched the channel. Obviously my dad dying in October and then one of my best mates dying about a month ago now, but that's just, I guess, the way life is. We're going to celebrate his life today. Unfortunately, he was a Sheffield Wednesday fan, but big up to the lads supporting smaller teams. But enough of that. We'll get on to some more depressing news, and that's Man United's form. I'm glad yesterday I was round my mum's house for Christmas, Boxing Day, and I didn't get to see the game properly. But 2-0 defeat at Wolves is just an absolute diabolical situation, isn't it? And if you watch my video leading up to this game, when I said I don't think we'll get any points again until potentially the Southampton game on the 16th of January, that's the way we're heading, isn't it? Because just moving on to Newcastle, there's no Bruno, which you all know I couldn't care about. But we know what all the Bruno brigade will say when we've lost to Newcastle. They'll say, oh, we didn't create any chances without Bruno. Blah, 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 blah. It's all I've got to say. We've just lost 2-0 with him today. We lost 3-0 Bournemouth the other day. 7-0, 6s, 3s, 4s, 30 plus 3-0 defeats with Bruno in the team. And I'm going to say it again, I don't dislike Bruno. My problem is, like the video I made the other day on Bruno, is why is he not in the rotation? Because we're not better or worse with him. We're the same. We lose games anyway. So why can he not be rotated? And I'm afraid yesterday, the sending off is a disgrace. He's the captain of the team. We're 0-0. He's legging Cunha up on the edge of the box like an idiot when there's like whoever it was in front of him. It was just stupid. Then whatever he's doing on the edge of the box, that second booking is absolutely pathetic. I'm sick to death of Bruno Fernandes, man. We all talk about Rashford and he's been out with the team and he's not been good for 18 months. Bruno has not been good for 18 months, 2 years either. He has moments here and there. His actual 90-minute performances have been next to horrendous. And again, the same thing. Captain of the team, I'll mention it again, captain of the team, getting sent off for the third time this season. Somebody please come and defend Bruno Fernandes in the comments, because he is undefendable at the minute as the captain of Man United. 3 of the worst seasons in our Premier League history under him as captain, and discipline of a 3-year-old kid having a tantrum. I'm sick of him. And forget his discipline problems. His football-wise, on the pitch, is a piss take. Sorry for my language, but he's a joke. His basics, his passing, his positional sense. I've said it all before so many times. It is so bad. But for some reason, the fan base, I just don't get why we're defending Fernandes. He's been here for 4 or 5 seasons. He's been horrendous for the last 2 or 3. And for some reason, we're still defending him like he's only just turned up and scored 25 goals. The guy has been a joke. And I'll say it again, like I say all the time, we performed better than this with Harry Maguire as captain and people wanted his head rolled. Why is it not the same for Fernandes? What, because he runs around a lot? Can I just remind you, and I'm not a Scott McTominay fan either, you can go back and watch all the videos where I've slagged him off. He ran around a lot and had passion for the club. We sold him because people said he wasn't good enough. Why is it different for Fernandes? He is garbage. And the sooner we realise that, the sooner we can move on. Because clearly Amorim likes him. Every other manager's liked him. He's supposed to be the captain and the dictator of midfield, and to me, he can't do any of it. So he either needs the captaincy taken off him to start, and him reining himself in, and if he can't do the position he's supposed to be playing properly, he shouldn't be in the team. I was so glad to see Amorim blank him when he got sent off, because hopefully that is the wake-up call that Amorim needs with Bruno. I've said it before, I think the only reason Amorim's really playing Bruno is because he is one that runs around. Because if he actually thought he was good as a 10, he'd play him in the 10 all the time. But he's putting him in midfield, putting him in 10, putting him here, there. Because he just wants legs in the team. And just moving on to the pass for a bit, because there's a lot of people saying we're better under Erik ten Hag and that. We weren't. There's a lot of people saying change formation until we get new players. Are you forgetting we didn't win any games in the pass formation, so it doesn't matter? We'd still lose these games. The players are pathetic. Like Erik ten Hag, and if you probably go back a year or two on my videos, I said it, and I did a whole video about Ten Hag's recruitment, I think, and that I thought it was atrocious. And he spent 600 million, and I don't think any of the players he's bought are good enough. Maybe Mazwari would get into a squad of a top side, and maybe De Ligt. That is it. The rest of them are total and utter crap. Martinez included. Onana was good for the first half of this season, but he's regressed again. He's gone to pot. And I don't actually think I know people are absolutely slating him for that corner. And he probably shouldn't engage with Doherty and pin himself. But he's pinned between two Wolves players. Clearly that's a strategy they've got. They know we do zonal. The keeper's got no help. So they put it on his head and surround him. And guess what? The ball's gone in. It doesn't take a Premier League set-piece coach to work that shit out. Who is the guy we've employed as the new set-piece coach, by the way? Because he should be going with Dan Ashworth. Absolute joke. Like, what are we doing on corners and free kicks around the edge of our box, man? It is Sunday League stuff. I say it all the time on these videos. I play centre-back and all that lot. And if I let goals in like we're letting goals in the Premier League, on a shithole pitch on a Sunday morning, my teammates would be having a go at me. So what are they doing as professionals? That set-piece coach needs sending. It's a joke, man. And this is a ranty video. And I'm going to just have a minute here just to calm things down. And Amorim said, we will suffer before we get better. Oh, we're definitely suffering. And we're going to suffer till the middle of January at least, and then try and get a result against Southampton, which the way we're playing at the minute, by the way, we won't beat Southampton. They've got a new manager. They're probably not going to be so risky playing out the back. They're probably just going to be a low block team and be hard to beat. We will not beat Southampton the way we're playing now. And I was watching Adam from FUTV's video this morning saying we're in a relegation battle. And I think we're 6 points off relegation. We are closer to relegation than we are to top six. And at the minute, we probably need to forget about the Europa League and make sure we get some points in the league. And everyone's talking, can you imagine us at the minute in the Champions League? We'd be an absolute laughing stock. And I know we need to get there for the money, but at this moment in time, we need to focus on not getting relegated. And that sounds extreme and it's very unlikely, but the way we're playing at the minute and conceding goals left, right and centre, two things have got to happen. One, January's got to be massive and you get a few players that Amorim wants and we carry on playing like this with players that can do it, or Amorim's got to tweak his system. And I don't mean go to a 4 at the back, but I think he's got to go back to the Casemiro Ugarte pivot and just play a 3 and a 2 and let the forward players try and go get goals, because we cannot keep being left this wide open. The second goal, we're obviously chasing the game and we're wide open. The only good thing that's happened this weekend, apart from it being Christmas, is at the very last minute, I put frigging Kuna in my fantasy football team and he got a goal and assist. As for the young players, because there's a lot of talk about Mainoo, Garnacho at the minute, and you all know my thoughts on Garnacho. He's going down the fast track of the Rashford route at the minute. He's not good enough on the ball. He's not a 10. He don't fit into the side, in my opinion, positionally. There's obviously a lot of talk about him leaking and attitude problems and all this. There was somebody saying on another channel that they'd heard from inside Man United that Garnacho is not taking on new instructions very well at all. So there's a huge chance Garnacho goes, and am I bothered? No, because I'm not bothered about any of them. And that even includes really Ahmad and Mazwari. If somebody wants to buy them, just let them go. And it's really harsh for Ahmad and Mazwari, because I mean, over the last few weeks, I've loved Ahmad. And he is one of our better players, but are you saying to me at the minute that any of that squad are not sellable? And I know I'm on about young players, I suppose Ahmad is a young player, but Ahmad would be the one I was keeping. There's a lot of talk about Mainoo and if he's up to it, and should he be a 10, should he be a 6? He's not a 6, I can tell you that now. And again, if you go back videos ago when I've talked about Mainoo, even when Mainoo was playing well for us last season, I said he won't last in the centre of midfield because he ain't mobile enough. And he's not. And I don't know whether it's fitness or whether it's just plain physicality that he can't get around the pitch. Technically, he's fine. He's one of our better players on the ball. But you've got to have mobility around you, and we haven't got it. And Agate has been one of our best players in the last few weeks. You can't deny that. And I've said this before. Are you winning a league or a Champions League or even competing for them with Agate in the midfield? No. And I know he's been good for us. And right at this moment in time, we need Agate. But he doesn't do anything really apart from run around and win the ball back. On the ball, he's not very good. We need somebody in midfield who's better on the ball than Agate, and that is just facts. To me, and I've said this before as well, and I'm just sick of repeating myself on every video, we need a Pogba who's not Pogba, a Kevin De Bruyne. And I know this is ridiculous because technically they're a couple of the best midfielders that has ever been seen, but that is because they can do everything. They can drive with the ball from their own half to the other half. They can do long passes, short passes. Pogba was incredible in the air as well. You know, athletic. Our problem in our side is we're weak physically. We've only really got Agate who can physically run around and is combative. Bruno runs, but he runs round like a kid in a playground. There's no mind to it. It's just, I'll run, be everywhere. But when you're running around everywhere, you're out of position all the time. So you can say Bruno's work rate is good, but it's good in the wrong places. So it leaves Agate to do everything. I think Martinez is too small and too slow. Maguire's obviously Maguire. He's all right, but he's really not that good. We're missing De Ligt. And Mazwari can't do it all on his own, can he? Same with Ahmad. And Dalot, I'm afraid Dalot on the left as a wing back, and he's out of position. I don't know what's happened to the guy. He has fallen off a cliff. But wing back's not his position, is it? And if we are going to continue with this system, then I'm afraid wing back, he's got to be sold, hasn't he? If somebody comes in for Dalot, we've got to sell him because he's not a wing back. Højlund, again, everyone will say he only had 6 touches or whatever he had. Fine, no service, this, that and the other. Why can he not make himself more available to be passed to? Why is he never in the box if we cross the ball? Why is he wrestling with defenders all the time instead of making space? You can say what you like about Højlund, and we all like him. Even I like Højlund's attitude and work rate, and obviously he wants to do well for the club, and I'm not hating on Højlund here, but the facts are he's just not that good. And we paid 70 odd million for him. We can get Osman in January for 60. You do it. And I know everybody wants Gyökeres in the summer, but we're desperate right now. So you've got to get Osman in, and I think we need a central midfielder, at least one, probably 2, really. And we need another number 10, because for me, Bruno's not in the team. And if Mount can't stay fit, we need another 10. So I'd say we need 2 left wing backs, a left centre back, a central midfielder, a 10 and a striker. That's 5 players. And I mean all starters as well, not squad players. That's the very least. That's before you get into whether you want to replace a Nana. Whether you think De Ligt and that are good enough. But that's all I'm going to say for now, because I'm nearly at the train station to get me mate. So have a good Christmas, everyone, and I'll see you on the other side probably of the Newcastle and Liverpool games. I don't think we're going to win either of them, are we, the way we're playing? So next time I speak to you, we could be 15th in the league, maybe 0 points. What will it be? 2 wins in 8 games or something for Amorim? I mean, as much as we want him to work, it's not going well, is it? Let's face it. Anyway, peace. See you on the next one. Please leave some comments down below, especially about what you think about Bruno. And like, favourite and subscribe. Do me a favour so I can do these live by getting to 50 subs. Because it's a pain in the backside having to pre-record them and then upload them. I could just do them live. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, bye, and good and happy Christmas, everybody.